He'd reached the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. Marlowe fumbled through piles of canvases. Some he'd paint over, some he'd paint bigger, some surprised him in ways difficult to articulate. Some had relevance, and most could be discarded. But he found forgotten techniques he could employ again, and images he could infuse with new meaning. Smarty had told him, "At Club Bonga, your work will flow on many screens. Some will see blasphemy, others will see idiocy. Each will take it as they will. Some people will look deeper, others will huddle in small groups to share what they have seen. Some will see it as you see it, Marlowe. So lay it out like carpeting. Don't spend too much time imposing order. It's too late in the game for order, my friend. Let the images flow and run together. Dance your dance. You can have no concern for reaction. Put the brush in the paint pot. Have something to say and say it. And leave sales to the experts." Said Lester Bester, "Hop, hop, Sam Bunny. Fewer words, more money." In a future playing soon, Mr. Billy spends his dime. Canceled. The weasel ate us all. Marlowe knew sometimes we must make our own reverberations and be our own revolution. And there is little profit in being a prophet. No appreciation, no ovation. But we must all follow a dream. And when reality and the dream become confused, and it is tough to tell up from down and inside from out, welcome to Bonga Bonga. Wrote Bunny and Bester, "You need a thesaurus for a word like metamorphosis, and for most of us, metamorphosis doesn't mean a thing. But for Picasso, metamorphosis was his theme." One thing turns into another. We are caterpillars, we are butterflies, we live, we die, we rise. Our wings tremble yellow and black in spring, but come autumn we will sing. Soon we will be dust. A sad lover's lament. Picasso loomed large over the set, but no one sees him. They say he has a lover. Some said Toddy. Toddy scoffs at this. She wouldn't take his guff. Toddy said, "He's shorter than Bunny, and he's not fuzzy." Picasso, of course, was off with Marie-Therese. The backstage gossip is delicious. This was Marlowe's tribe. These were his people. He was home, where he made sense to himself. It could all be so easy. This was the backstage of his dreams. These were his colors. This was his light. The gossamer was spun by small spiders, beautiful and frightening. The audience is spellbound, often shocked. On stage, like all friends of Bronislava Nijinsky, the Snipper sisters are relentlessly avant-garde. They seem to waft off the ground, and try as you might, you can't see the wires. They start with their signature, what Mrs. McKisco saw in the bathroom, then Surabaya Johnny. "From the source of the Punjab to the gutters of Jezreel, I followed you, Johnny, gave you my youth, Johnny, you rat." It's like Berlin 32, and the Snipper sisters know just what to do. Gold glitter flitters down, and then a streak of brown. A trapdoor, a hidden spring. How did that happen? Disturbing, but wow. And the tang of decay strikes a chord. The future looks tawdry. The mood is cantankerous. But backstage, there's a glamour you don't see from the front. Everyone is in costume, but in and out of their parts. 3 men, arm in arm in soldiers' suits, cross Marlowe's path. They sing, "We're on the road to Bonga Bonga. To Bonga Bonga we flee. John, Jim, Georgie, meeting fellows black and yellow, putting down heathen commotions from Sindakuch Bahar. Will Bonga Bonga mean promotion, or will the heathen chop us up to make beefsteak tartare?" Mocking cynics of disillusion. But, oh, the suppressed tenderness. Cast and crew alike line up by the dozen to watch Lester on stage as John D. Rock. His profile is outlined in light. "Please no push. Thank you for no shove. Please no pee in pool. Hey, the rich have their troubles too. Then Bunny appears, and they tap it out until the audience almost explodes. And when their tapping reaches a crescendo, they stop on a dime, and the silence is deafening. Then, pow! Jarre's revolver, and Jarre's face appears and quickly dissolves into a mist. The Hoovers are followed by a fellow named Pajak. He did a turn between curtain drops while the Scenics rearranged the sets. He kept the show rolling. He played bad guys, good guys, the face of the crowd, Kit Marlowe, and the solicitor, Mr. Patch. He also did the accounting and the booking and oversaw the promotion, and these intermissions were essential. It was when the audience bought drinks. Break out the booze and have a ball. Pajak wore a simple sarong, sometimes rectangles, sometimes checks, sometimes diamonds, depending on his mood. But he seemed enveloped in a robe of magic he wore like a skin. Pajak was the indispensable man, the man who hired Billy to saw through the plaster at Club Bonga and encouraged Billy to hang around when the sawing was done. And why wouldn't he love Billy? Billy came saddled with pickle jars loaded with cash, and not fake bills either. Praise the loot, it cost a pretty penny to put on a show in the future.